Okay, so this is probably not what you want your island to look like when you turn it in. We want to make a nice looking map of it. So we need to change the style. And over here again, we've got our layers. This is called the table of contents, by the way. And if you end up seeing something different here, it's probably because you clicked on one of these other icons. Just go ahead and click back on this one. And this will show you not only the layers that you have, but they're also sorted by the drawing order. So if something goes missing, might be behind something and you can move things up and down here. Like if my trees and my streams went missing, that's because they're probably behind my island boundary. Okay, and we'll play more and more with this. In fact, the more time you spend with ArcGIS, the better. You'll become more comfortable with it. So if we want to change what the islands look like, we can just click on this guy. Sometimes it takes a double click for me. And you can see there's a bunch of predefined ones. Now, there's some here that might work, like a yellow, or where we at really should be green. Ooh, there's a better green. Nice green forested. I think I'll make my trees green. So I need a brown for this. There's a pretty good brown brick. Kind of okay, but I'd really like to also have a black line around it. So pretty quickly, these are probably not going to do what you want. That's okay. There are quite a few styles out there, and if you work for an agency, they may have standard ones. But just go to Properties, and then you can find your own color, which for some reason doesn't match the one we have selected, but that's okay. Let's try a nice bright red. Ooh, no, not that. Okay, brown? Anybody got a brown? Okay, still more colors. Well, we can go to color properties and you'll see that there are all kinds of colors we can get. Now, this is not my best area for me. I'm not a great cartographer, but you can find all kinds of colors, everything, 24 million different colors. You can also do them in different ways. So HSV is what I tend to use because now I can see the colors and then I can change the saturation for the colors and the brightness separately. So that's a little bit more intuitive for me to pick a color that I like. And again, I'm not great with colors. I don't know, kind of dark. A lot of times for polygon fills, what folks will use are what are called pastel colors. So a lighter color. Now notice when I pick this, it doesn't change. I've got to hit apply down here. Okay, I think that's a little better. And notice they don't always look like what they do when they're big. They look a little different from they do when they're small. Okay, but I think I'm okay with that. Make sure apply is hit, we're good to go. Now, there's a lot of different options here. As you wander through this dialog, I recommend making some notes about where things are because it get pretty complicated. Also, there's an appearance tab up here. So if you're looking for something like transparency and you expect it to be over here with all the other symbology tools, it may not be. It took me quite a while to find it because it's up here and it's not even labeled as transparency. So it does have a tooltip, but when you get lost on something like that, what I do is go to Google, track it down. And Google's a good place to find instructions for all the stuff on ArcGIS Pro. Just make sure you put ArcGIS Pro into the search, or you'll get ArcMap Google Help, which is a totally different user interface. All right, so also I don't think this is a very good color for streams. I think I would like them to be blue, better color. And let's make them a little bit bigger. This is in points, which is 72nd of an inch. Now notice when you change this, not only does it not apply it right away, but apply is grayed out because our cursor is still in there. We've got to click somewhere else, then get apply. It's a bit frustrating, but anyway, you get used to it pretty quickly. A little darker blue. There we go. All right, trees. So let's find a good symbol for trees. Now, typically, when we do something like trees, we're going to use a point symbol. And the way you change this is to click on it. Okay, and not a good color for trees. Not too bad, but I want to make them a little more green, and they're smaller, so I want to make them brighter. And then I want to make them bigger. Oop, click. There we go. A little better. Okay, and this is normally what you would see as some kind of standard symbol. Now you can also change which symbol you have by going to Gallery. Okay, and there's a bunch of standard symbols, and you can make your own as well. Okay, and typically we would use squares, circles, simple geometries. However, for this lab, you can use some of the more advanced ones. Don't put a lot of trees on your island and then use these. If you have a lot, you need to use simpler things because your cartography should always be simple. Black locust, I don't think we really have here. Okay, so wait, go back. What happened? Back to symbol. There we go. Okay, oh, back to search for tree. And one of the reasons we have this lab set up this way is because we really want you to play a bit, try different things. Oh, California incense cedar. Sure, let's use that. Okay, now, we're not actually seeing it. Where's our California incense? Well, there it is. It's just really tiny. So now we need to go back to properties. There's our size. Let's make it bigger. Click, apply. Yay, we've got bigger trees now. Probably make it a little bit bigger than that. Click, apply. And we've got trees, okay? Now it's following me around, but that's because we're still editing for some reason. So I'm gonna click, make sure I've got everything saved, go back to map, go to explore, and now I'm back to the normal exploring thing. All right, so now we actually have our island laid out. All right, so the next step is to add attributes.